Should we live with no regrets? You've heard popular sayings like, yeah, I've made mistakes, but I have no regrets. But is this a good mindset to have, especially as a Christian? I don't know if you know this, but in the Bible, God actually had regrets too. It's actually recorded in Genesis 6 when responding to the evil behavior that humans were exhibiting all over the world. This is what God said. In verse 6, the Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So even God had regrets. So the question is, should we have them? Well, I want to say it clearly. If you ignore all of your faults, that is ungodly behavior. As Christians, if we acknowledge we are sinners, then we should acknowledge our sins, even in the fault of having a regret that we made those sins. But there's a big difference between acknowledging regret and living in regrets. You see, if we live in regrets, we can be held up by all of this brokenness and living in remorse and never move on. But if we acknowledge our regrets, mistakes, and sins, then that is a good thing. You see, you can acknowledge things, but also see that God used them for a greater good. That's what Joseph even did later on in Genesis when he acknowledged what you intended for evil, God intended for good. God can repurpose these bad decisions that we make. So it's okay for us to acknowledge the fact that we've made sinful mistakes and regret that we made them, and at the same time, be grateful for the outcome due to God's grace. So is it okay to live with no regrets? Absolutely. But is it okay to never acknowledge anything that you regret? Absolutely not. We need to distinguish between the two things, especially if we want to live our lives for God. I hope that was helpful. Follow for more Christian content, and God bless.